Cologne is sealed off. I'm also sealed off. 2 new clients negotiated for half a year. The molds are already made. Several clients who place stable orders every month. Just in these past few days, they said goodbye. Pause production. This is the reality after the tariff hikes. The real of factories, those in foreign trade. Now the sky has collapsed. Employees are also forced to take leave. The ones affected are still hot. All the physical stores over there are closed. Can't even laugh about it. In recent years, China's economy has been declining. Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. These 4 first-tier cities are no exception. The economic situation is becoming increasingly. Companies are going bankrupt. Employee pay cuts have become the norm. Shanghai is China's largest economic and financial center. It has always been praised as Great Shanghai. But now? It has also lost its former prosperity. All 3 major have declined. What makes China's economy worse is, as the US-China tariff war continues to heat up, export-oriented small and medium-sized enterprises are facing US orders have sharply decreased. Massive inventory. The May Day holiday is approaching. Many companies choose around May Day to shut down and take leave. Today, let's discuss related topics. How much has the US trade war affected us? We are an agricultural enterprise that has been in business for 10 years, surviving. Annual revenue is roughly over 100 million. As for export volume, it's around 20 million, of which the US accounts for about 3 million, roughly 10% of our export sales. Actually, tariffs were already increased 2 years ago, and we communicated with the buyers to split the cost half and half to keep the orders going. This year, tariffs were raised again. We're again discussing how to. At worst, we won't make a profit from this order, or make just a little. But this time the increase is truly outrageous. Look, the US orders have completely disappeared. There are still over 20 tons in the warehouse here. These were prepared for US orders. There are also 5 truckloads on the way. They should pass through in the next couple of days. As for the Hengkou warehouse here, there's another 50-60 tons, all intended for the US, but now we have to find another way out. The Canton Fair taking place today is one of the world's largest trade exhibitions. It's held twice a year in Guangzhou during spring and autumn. However, facing the high tariffs imposed by the US, many participating companies have found that US orders have nearly vanished. One Chinese manufacturer said, "It's not just about tariffs now. We're facing a survival crisis because 60%, 70% of our business comes from US clients. So the pressure is immense right now. We're maintaining active communication with our US clients. Everyone is watching and waiting to see how the situation develops. Meanwhile, we're also exploring new strategies, such as considering whether to engage in transit trade or figuring out other ways to sell our goods. The problem we face now is we can't sell our products and we can't get our money back. The situation remains very severe. That's how things stand. Both sides are locked in a stalemate, refusing to budge. Ultimately, the ones who suffer are us ordinary people, you could say, because factories need to support their workers, and people need to make a living, right? If your goods can't be shipped out, and your money can't be recovered, how can anyone's wages be paid? This first question. The second one, facing the issue of unemployment. Some also say, since this month, it's about the tariff policy. When changes occurred, some of our American clients have already suspended payment plans. They are also waiting to see. Haven't officially transferred the deposit yet. Millions of Chinese foreign trade factories affected by the US-China trade friction. US orders have almost dropped to zero. Online videos show. Since May 1st, over 50% of foreign trade enterprises in Zhejiang province will halt operations and take long holidays. This phenomenon has already spread from Zhejiang to Suzhou, Jiangsu, and major export hubs like Dongguan, Guangdong, becoming a reflection of the current winter chill in China's foreign trade. It's over. There's no work left. Starting today, It's a long holiday. It said there isn't a single order now. The boss said. At least 3 months off. What should we do? Are we supposed to eat dirt for these 3 months? Just sitting idle in the rain? Some Chinese netizens like to call the US pretty country. Because my means pretty. I'm in a very bad mood today. Just met a client earlier. Under the tariff blows from pretty country, a factory with over 400 employees has shut down. I could see he was exhausted, still trying to find a way out, yet pretending to be relaxed. Cracked a couple of jokes. To be honest, I can't feel happy. A couple of days ago, they stopped accepting orders, also stopped shipments, stopped production. At the same time, laid off employees. Reduce workers' wages to only cover living expenses. Those who want to stay can stay and wait together. Hold on for a while. Let those who don't want to stay leave. Ask me to give him a cost list for opening a factory in the Middle East. Arrange a visit in May. What should we do then? Still have to keep moving forward. 2025. Economic deterioration. The government will start. Real estate collapse. Physical stores closing down. Many factories have no orders. Everyone is competing fiercely. June might be a turning point. Not even orders to compete over. What follows is a wave of unemployment. And then comes. Let's not talk about it here. Let's skip that here. It's spoken too truthfully. Such videos will also be awkwardly removed. Originally, this kind of video. Probably many people don't like to hear it. Originally, this kind of video is meant for those who like independent markets. I've also experienced it several times. Major ups and downs. Seen all kinds of storms. Think back to those days. As long as you can endure for a while, then work a little harder, you can reach a new level. But back then, there was still room to rise. But now, it feels really confusing and helpless. A person who can't see the future isn't actually scary. The scariest thing is seeing the future clearly at a glance. The US tariffs, how much impact do they really have on our domestic companies? I was truly shocked today. I came to Shanghai to find my best friend to buy a sofa. As a result, her factory covers tens of thousands of square meters. Only 2 or 3. The factory building is here. I asked her what the situation was. She said it had already closed down long ago. Because the daily expenses were all over 100,000. There was no other choice but helplessly to let go of all the employees. After seeing it, I really felt heartbroken. I don't know how to help her. Let me show you. All of these are ready-made goods. These are all sofas. All exported to the USA. This is just one of her floors. She has several floors here, both upstairs and downstairs. I saw that there were no employees left. All were let go. Such a large factory is now empty. After China and the US went through several rounds of tit-for-tat tariff impositions, the US imposed a minimum 145% tariff on all Chinese goods. This was equivalent to sentencing China's foreign trade to death, because China could only dump its foreign trade goods into other countries. But other countries don't have the US such massive market purchasing power. To prevent a flood of Chinese goods, other countries would also impose high tariffs on Chinese goods as anti-dumping measures to protect their own industries. Do you think the US-China trade war, without US orders, means you've won? Wrong. This is just a helpless self-inflicted move. Do you think what you've lost is just the US market? In reality, the fate of global trade has already been rewritten. I can tell you without exaggeration. The US market is like the Pacific Ocean, while other markets are just lake tide at best. Now the tide is receding. Guess whether Lake Tai will dry up first, or the Pacific Ocean will dry up first. The US-China trade war conflict. It is precisely China's weakest moment in decades, the most sluggish economic period, making China's already struggling economy even worse. Shanghai's former prosperity is gradually fading. Consumption downgrading has emerged. The current situation in Shanghai, for any company of relatively large scale, like Tesla, Ping An Huawei, these are all laying off employees and cutting salaries. Smaller companies don't even need to be mentioned. The bosses themselves are struggling. Now many companies have even started delaying salaries. Take a walk down the street. Shops are everywhere for rent or transfer. Under Shanghai's current conditions, there are truly fewer and fewer people making big money. As for ordinary office workers, many rely on credit cards to get by, working hard all month without earning much. Those buying houses are even worse off. Working desperately isn't enough to repay debts. To put it nicely, the current economy is called consumption downgrading. To put it bluntly, people simply have no money left. Nowadays, young people can't even think about saving. Not being in debt is already impressive. This is the current reality for young people in Shanghai. The economy right now is truly in bad shape. At noon, 12 p.m., such a big restaurant with only one table of customers. Oh my goodness. Today is even a Sunday. Today is even a Sunday. How could it be like this? I remember coming here 2 years ago during the pandemic, when seating was spaced apart, and it was fully occupied. Right. How come now that the pandemic is over, it's even worse? This is excessive. Really? Maybe because this place is too expensive. It's not that expensive. Could it be more expensive than during the pandemic? No. It's just 40 or 50 yuan more expensive than other places. Maybe it's slightly pricier than others. The per capita cost has increased by 30 or 40, not 40 or 50. But even 30 or 40, people still go to those places. Maybe they feel it's not cost-effective anymore. Right. Now it's confirmed that the current per capita. This restaurant actually costs only 100 per person. Can't tell the difference. Just 100. Now everyone goes to places that cost 50 or 60 per person. Yes. What does that mean? It means money is hard to earn. Don't dare to spend. How did this consumption even take off? How to revitalize consumption? How to boost domestic demand? Can't stimulate consumption, so national development is the best. Otherwise, it won't work. Everyone is saving money and doesn't dare to spend. The main thing is that no one dares to spend now. Right, mainly because they don't dare to spend. No clear expectations for the future. Saving money is better than losing 100 on property. Yes. Shanghai's 3 famous commercial streets usually refer to Nanjing Road, Huaihai Road, and Sichuan North Road. These streets are renowned for their bustling commercial activities and their long history, attracting large numbers of tourists and local residents. But now they're deserted. This Sichuan North Road was once one of Shanghai's top 3 shopping streets. Its popularity was no less than Nanjing Road and Huaihai Road. It's really hard to imagine. Now Sichuan North Road has declined to this point. The Kunzhong Cinema, once packed during its prosperous era, has now turned into a small grocery market. Only nearby elderly people occasionally visit. The former 4 major department stores, Spring Department Store No. 7 Department Store, Fuhai Commercial Building, and Dongbao Department Store have all closed. Westlake Restaurant, once a state-owned old brand, used to be fully booked. Now only an old building remains. The old commerce of Sichuan North Road has declined. How about the newly opened malls? This is also the area with the densest office buildings on Sichuan North Road. We look at the basement level and the second basement level. Only 2 stores remain. There is only 1 buffet restaurant upstairs. There is still some popularity. Kipu Road Clothing City was once the wardrobe of Shanghai people. But now, more than half of the street-facing shops on the first floor of Beima Clothing City have been closed. The same goes for the internal stalls. Barely hanging on. The floors above the second level of the neighboring Cafe Street Clothing City have all been shut down. Overall, Kipu Road Clothing City has shrunk by at least half compared to its peak consumption period. Why has the once glorious North Sichuan Road declined to its current state? I am now at the World Financial Center on Lujiazui Road in Shanghai. At this midday hour, the entire street is empty. Where are the white-collar workers? Where are the beautiful women? This area is entirely occupied by the headquarters of major bank buildings and various securities and financial center buildings. There should be many white-collar workers. Where have all the people gone? After walking around for a long time, not even a single restaurant or food court, can't even find a place for a simple meal. Is this still the same Shanghai that generates over 5 trillion GDP annually? Really strange. Where are the people? There aren't even as many people as in my hometown. The trade war that everyone is most concerned about. Some factories shut down overnight. So as an ordinary family, what should we do? My family has made 3 long-term plans. First, save as much money as possible. No need, no unnecessary spending, no upgrading houses, no changing cars, no buying those high-end items. The extracurricular classes for children, cut back where possible. Children's homework, try to tutor them ourselves, if absolutely necessary. Use online courses instead of one-on-one tutoring. Second, maintain a good mood. Remember, definitely reduce all mental exhaustion in life, especially suitable for families, husband and children. When encountering issues, remember these 3 sentences. No need, not worth it, doesn't matter. Third, keep exercising. Good health is the foundation of success. To withstand storms, the most crucial thing is to have a strong body. These 3 points, as long as we can achieve them, resisting any trade war, that won't be a problem.